which was very tired Peter the next day, by the way.
Yep. Well, next time die quicker and the session will end quicker.
That's an option.
It is.
Peter gets himself killed.
He goes to bed.
Yeah.
You can't resurrect him. His soul's asleep.
It'll be like a game of Talisman where the computer just takes over and you end up getting fucked over.
Talisman would make a great stream. Okay, so hello and welcome to what is going to be session 53 of the Pirate Friends in the Frostnyrrd Saga. Session 53 is entitled A Change of Hearth. Ha ha ha. And we'll see, hopefully, the group finally make their way into the lost and forgotten city of Hearth, which we have spent the last 3 months moving towards. So just to recap what happened on session 52, especially for Cluck, who wasn't here. So after defeating the Rakshara, the group returned to the Chameleon Folk village, and a feast was thrown in their honour, and celebrations lasted way into the night. The group were given accommodation and rested until the next morning. In the morning, Cluck went off with some of the villagers to go through a ritual preparation and cleansing ritual for the battle that was to come, and the rest of the group left with Frox and a throng of Chameleon Folk warriors to attack the Shadowhand base camp, and this was their way of sort of thanking you for the assistance you'd given them with their enemy, and they were going to return the favour and strike a blow against your enemy. You travelled eastwards overland, and in the early afternoon you found the Shadowhand camp and decided to intercept a patrol and then attempt to infiltrate the camp. As Cassar and Cretel inched silently forward, Ulfar gave away their position, and the ambush was foiled, leaving one of the guards to summon help. What followed was a pitched battle in which several things happened. First of all, the camp leader was dealt with pretty early on, thanks to help from the Chameleon Folk, who scaled the mound of the camp using their sort of like frog-footedness. Unfortunately, almost all the Chameleon Folks were then killed, with Frox being the last surviving member, who gave his life to attempt to save Cretel. Now, during this fight, Ulfar also went down, and Cretel, after about 100 rounds of combat, 100 attacks on him, also went down. We ended the evening with Ulfar and Cretel being revived, and the fight just being won, and that's where we're going to pick up. Base camp.
Yes, everyone's in the red, and here I am, feeling rather spry.
The screen hasn't changed.
Should have done.
Mine has now.
For the stream.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good point. I need to change the source. Thank you.
It's alright.
Foundry is also paused, so we can't move.
That's fine,
That's
because
so
you're not allowed to move yet. So, the fight has just been won. You are in the aftermath of the combat, so like the last man has just been slain, essentially.
I'll sort of reconvene with the three who are in the sort of square that they are, and say, "How's everyone feeling? Is everyone okay? That was a bit of a rough one, but I'm not feeling too bad."
I've been better. Oh.
I'm just gonna sit on the floor.
If I was going to join you.
Ulfar, I'm glad I could get to you in time. You didn't look particularly healthy down there.
Yes, thank you, my friend. I was about to reconvene with my god a little earlier than I thought.
I'll reach into my pack and pull out 3 healing potions and offer them to the 3 of them. Take these. You'll feel a little bit better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Remind me of the roll on that.
2d4 plus 2.
Ah,
Respectable. So
Yeah.
that's 9 for you, Ulfar.
yeah. Oh,
Are we supposed to have a black screen?
You are not on this this scene.
I'll just watch it by stream then.
Yeah. Sorry, Clock. You are going
I'm
ritual
drunk.
ritual cleansing and bathing. I think it was. It's plus 6 for Duva and plus 9 for Kratel. So they seem a little further away from Death Kassar, but marginally so. They still look like they wouldn't want another fight anytime soon.
You, friends, you rest here. I'm still feeling pretty good, and I didn't take too many injuries during the fight. I'll go look at the camp and make sure everything's in order. Rest up and feel better.
Yell
I-
if you need us.
I will help you. Well, I could do with the rest. This is quite a large area, and I feel like I can survive for a little while should something spring up. Yes,
Are you
but
sure? You do look like you could use a rest, Ulfar.
yeah, I am hoping. I'm thinking that I would like to I wouldn't like to hang about here too long, so I think we should wreck on this place as quickly as possible. Then maybe I will take a rest just before we leave.
Okay, well, you lot sit here, make yourself comfortable. I'll see if I can find some food in the camp that I can bring out to you, and hopefully from there you can rest and you feel better and let the potion do its work and heal your wounds. And with that, I'll head towards the front gates of the camp.
Okay, so as you do so, you will see that the gates of the camp have been left open from when the defenders sallied forth out. Inside, you'll see a smattering of tents and carts, some smouldering campfires, and not a whole lot else in terms of movement or life. At the back of the camp, there is what looks like animal pens, but they are all empty.
Yeah, I'll sort of take my time poking around. I'll check the wagons to see if there's one that can be pulled on and sort of what's in them, and then generally I'll just take my time, go around from tent to tent, see if there's any supplies that we can take, any food that we can take, arrows as well for me, and things, just items of interest.
Um, yeah. You go one way, I go the other way. Meet on the big hill.
Sure.
Okay. Kratel and Duvar, while they're searching the camp, what do you intend to do?
I'm gonna move the bodies of the chameleons I can reach and put them next to each other away from the other corpses.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help him.
Okay. So, as you move around the camp, Casanal Far, you'll find. So, if there's these cats are designed to be drawn by hand. They look like they were offloaded from ships and used to transport the supplies away from the coast, but they're not particularly suitable for sort of going through a jungle. It would be quite hard going. Not to say that it's impossible, just so you're aware of the challenge. In the camp itself, Kassar, you'll easily find sort of like another bundle of say 20 arrows that you would find useful. You will
Okay.
also find in like some total of like monetary value loot. So you'll find approximately where's my calculator? So 40 gold pieces
Yep.
from the various bodies and in the various tents. You'll also find 2 healing potions, a superior healing potion, and you'll also find a sort of black obsidian dagger on the like warlock leader,
Okay.
which as a weapon it doesn't look like it's anything particularly special, but it's you sort of appraise it at probably a couple hundred gold pieces if you was to find somebody who would be interested in buying it out here or wherever you end
Okay.
up.
Okay. All
So
right, I'll
mostly
add those
just
into
cool
my pack.
looking.
Yeah, cool looking, occultish looking.
Yeah.
So was that 2 potions of healing, 1 superior healing potion?
Yep.
Okay.
And the dagger.
Yep. That's fine. I'll do the dagger.
That dagger similar to the one that Watchman gave me, then. That woman.
I wouldn't have thought.
No,
so.
Malaka gave you a Quattro Fang, which is it's essentially the same sort of swords that Cretel and Frox have been using.
Yeah.
The dagger looks nothing like that. It's obsidian, so black as opposed to like blue.
Does it remind me of anything at all similar to what the dagger from Bad Orc had from the Gnome City? He had I still have his dagger, which is jagged and ornamental and gives off a sense of dread, but nothing further.
Yeah, so if you've got that dragon and you compare them, they do appear similar. Now their designs are different,
Yeah.
but they both seem to have been carved from the same sort of material, and they both give you the same sort of feeling.
Okay. Okay.
I never read this.
You
Is that
never
your
read
is that
something?
your character sheet by any chance?
No, it's the Fang dagger. I never really read the. I never really read the bump on it.
Okay. All right. I've done all that.
That's everything we find in the camp. Is that David?
Yes.
Okay.
If so, when we get back to the others, I'll share the 40 gold out between everyone. So if everyone wants to add 10 gold,
Okay.
Cool. Damn question.
a good fight is worth being paid for. I think everyone's earned their keep today.
I'll just look at my armor and look rather sad.
Yeah. So Cretel's chainmail, which he's had sort of since you met him, he took it off one of the combatants there, and it's like it's been hacked at so much that some of the rings on it have become bent, and it's starting to fall away at one side.
I seeing this reaction from Kratel that Ulfar will like dump his pack down on the ground and then pull out the mismatched sort of plate armor that he's been carrying around for absolutely ages and like dump it on the floor and say like, is this any good for you?
It will probably hold up better than what I'm currently wearing. This has definitely seen better days.
Yeah, you're looking a bit raggedy, my friend.
I will say one thing though, it definitely did its job.
It did. We came out victorious ultimately.
Can't ask any more of that. You can always have it repaired when we make it back to civilization.
Yeah. So essentially, you've got a AC 16 set of plate armor to all intensive purposes.
Okay.
The wagons in the camp are not suitable for carrying back through the forest, so any hope we had of taking the bodies back is going to be rather difficult. I'm not sure what your plans are for the chameleon creatures.
Sorry, Ulfa, I should point out in case you missed it as well, your chainmail has also been damaged in the fight. Not to such a degree as Cretel's, but it does have a negative modifier.
I only got hit like twice. I mean, I got hit like a breeze truck, but fair enough. I have not noticed it in comparison to.
No, the damage on yours it's a bit worse than superficial, but Cretel's his armor his chainmail armor is compromised.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is like I would have given him the armor anyway because I wouldn't have noticed mine by comparison to how bad his is.
Yeah.
What does it mean for me in terms of? It's
So-
just one less AC.
One less AC, so you're down to 17, I believe, with
Yeah,
your shield.
that sounds right. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Light Armor Boys Club.
Customize.
What was it we took that plate from? I can't remember what it was called.
It was
Animated armor or something.
armor.
Yeah, so for intensity purposes of this Cretel, just drag the plate armor into your inventory and override the AC.
Right. I believe at the very least we should bring back Crocs, their champion of sorts. He made his name on this battlefield, and I would feel wrong about not at least returning him to his people.
Worst champion ever.
He did actually pull his weight.
Yeah. He's the
Compared to
only
the
one.
others, he really did. Four chameleon folk died to one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over like 7 rounds, they couldn't take down one guy.
Jesus.
Yeah. To Kassar, even to Kassar, he recognised the impact Frox had.
David, our assessment of all the things we found in the camp, does that include what we would find on the bodies out here?
Yes, I just lumped it all in together for.
Yeah, that's cool. I figured as much.
I do have Grax's chainmail. Was that rubbish or not?
That was just standard chain, I believe.
Yeah. Probably.
I say we rest
It
up
wasn't
here
anything special.
for the next hour or so, and then I'll make our way back. If you wish to take Throx with you, then I believe that would be the right thing to do for his people.
I agree. Rest.
But we should not be too hasty. Sit. Let the potions do their work. Recover from your wounds, friends.
I agree.
Yes. So is the camp clear and all these people out here clear as well? We looked at.
Yeah, we've just gone over that.
Okay.
Well,
In which case, I'm going to go perch myself up against the wall.
Okay. So an hour will pass, and you will all benefit from a short rest, with the exception of Cretel, who, even without a roll now, will get a good understanding of what has happened to you, Cretel.
Okay.
You fucked.
okay, let's.
So your curse has prevented not only prevented you from resting, but again you feel like it's cutting you off from the source of your power.
Well, I will let people know that I'm a little bit worse for wear at the moment, and I believe the fight with the demon, which is what I'm going to call it, did a lot more to me than just standard injuries.
You're a holy man, Critel. Is there nothing your god can do about this? It
I
would
can't
seem.
even get to it at the moment. I'm not even getting any of my powers through. Nothing works right now.
It would seem that the fight with the Rakshasa has leveled a curse at you. I could make an attempt to cast a spell and see if it alleviated this problem.
Well, it worked when Kazar had a little bit of a cursey incident.
What incident?
Oh, you know.
Right. Let's give this a go.
Well, you've eaten human more than once.
And cat.
And cast.
Okay, Critel, I would like you to either make a perception or a arcana check. Okay, you feel a tingle from the spell that's cast upon you, but you really can't determine whether or not it's had the desired effect. You just feel affected, but you're not sure whether that's positive, negative, or neutral.
Okay.
Let us get Critel back to the chameleons. Maybe they've seen this curse before. They've dealt with the Rakshasa many times, so they say. They must have a way to remove this. As sure as I am that the Stormlord has done his work, Ulfar.
Yes, I agree. It is smart for us to somewhere where we can rest more fitfully and allow Clotel's body to repair itself.
Well, as I'm not really fit for combat at the moment, I will carry Thrax.
Okay. Do you intend to take his possessions with him as well, which is essentially a Quattle Fang and his shield?
Yeah, I will take his equipment with him. I will be handing it all to them.
Okay.
David Avengers, does his shield look fancy in any way, or does it just seem like a regular ass shield?
It looks different, as in it's
It's got like it's lizard man design.
yeah, it's made of leather as opposed to wood, and
Okay.
it's in a sort of like a diamond shape.
Yeah. Okay. That is. Okay. Let us be off then.
Okay, Critel, if you're good enough to walk and you can help, I'm sure one of our colleagues here can also help you carry Throx. I'll try and find the way through the forest.
Okay. But he's fairly small. He shouldn't be too much of a burden on me.
Okay.
If you need a hand, I'll give you a hand.
You just look very tired.
Oh, I feel it.
Okay. We return to the world map. The region map. And Kathar, you intend to lead the party retracing your steps.
Yes.
Okay. Just make a history check for me, please.
Oof.
Bada
Oof.
bing.
What would be your survival bonus?
In normal, plus 10. In woods, plus 14.
Okay, so I'm going to add that to the check because it is essentially trying to recall the journey here, and it's not just the direction you came, but like you turn right at this tree stump and that sort of level of detail, and you will recall most of it, so you will be able to track back without issue. The one thing you won't recall though is any particular things that the chameleon folk may have avoided because
Danger.
they didn't really speak about like why they went which way. They just went that way.
Yeah.
Okay. There's going to be some rolls.
Danger, danger.
High voltage.
Private rolls.
I was trying to think of a Will Robinson reference, but I couldn't
Oh.
match anyone's names.
Danger. I've still got all of Lost in Space on DVD, the original show, and I've just never got around to watching it all.
Okay.
I feel like I'm too old for that now.
You're about halfway back by your reckoning, Kassar, when it gets very late in the evening and it looks like the sun will start to set. What do you intend to do as a group?
I think, given carrying the dead body and the others, would we forge on in the dark?
I
Well,
suppose.
I can see in the dark. You cannot.
Yeah, I can light a torch.
Yeah, I
Which
suppose.
could make us much more of a target than we need to be.
David, how quickly does Kassar think we would make it back if we were still continuing, like through the night, as it were?
By his reckoning, you would be still several hours from the canoes. Once you get to the canoes, it's really easy going.
Okay. So, like, by morning, would we be at the canoes?
That's conceivable.
Okay.
I'm just refreshing myself on the rules around forced match because I've forgotten.
He may just make a con save, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a scaling con save though.
How sort of safe does the area we're currently in, like how fortified would we be? Do we have something we can back up against, etc.?
It is wild, untamed, frozen jungle.
Okay.
And from what you've seen on the island, like the jungle and the cold just do not mix. It is definitely the thing that has caused this to be is unnatural.
Yeah. I am unsure whether to push on or to stay. Could tell you are currently in the worst shape of us all. How do you feel?
Well, I still feel utterly knackered, but if required, then yeah, we could push on. But it's still, if we light a torch, we are going to be very like obvious to anything else out there.
True. Kassar, what do you think? Do you still think it is a good idea to push on, or would you rather stop?
I think it's important to get back to the camp and return Throx's body and see if we can make sure the Kratel is healed.
Okay.
The longer we stay out here, the more time there is for us to be attacked as well. So it's balanced either way.
Risk both ways, yes. Duvar, what do you think?
I don't mind either way, to be honest.
Then, if no one else is opposed, I think we push on. Kratel can rest it once we get to the boats, if needs be. But yes, I worry the longer we are out here, especially the longer there is a chance for some of the cult to discover what has happened.
We've killed the main camp, though, haven't we? So
Yes, but
I
there
can
are.
always use that instead of a torch if you wanted.
Yes,
Cult is still out there.
yeah. But let's us move on.
Okay.
Get to the boats.
So, let's see. So you'll travel 2 hours. At this point, I would like a Constitution saving throw from everybody, please. DC, it will be 12.
Slamming.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yay.
Feeling pretty hardy as a group there.
Yeah. You continue on, and we will pass into the 20th. And just to double check, has everybody got warm weather gear?
I
Yeah.
do.
Perfect.
Warm weather, yeah.
Sorry, cold weather gear, because it is
Cold weather gear, yeah.
minus 19 degrees Celsius.
Yes.
Perfect. So there'll be another con save. This time it's DC 14.
Oh, I failed that one.
I'm still good. Oh, Kratel. Well, he is knackered. It makes sense.
Kratel fails that one.
And me, sorry.
Okay. So you both, Kratel and Kasar, you will both pick up a level of exhaustion.
Yep.
But you feel like the boats are only a couple more miles away. What would you like to do?
Keep going if they're close.
Yeah.
By the time we get to the boats, it should be easy.
And the others of us can row if you guys are completely knackered by then.
Yep.
Okay.
The con saves aren't because of the cold, though, are they? They're
No,
because
they're
of the force march.
because of the force march.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. As you push forward, let's see. Kathar, you are the lead in the party. Can I get a perception check from you?
13.
Okay. Then. Okay. As you're walking.
Oh, actually, should I have done that with disadvantage because of exhaustion? Was that before or after?
Definitely. It would be after,
Okay.
so it'll be during the next part of your match.
So yeah, it's still 13.
Okay. Okay. So as you're walking towards the canoes, you approach a waterfall where the ice from the mountains above melts and forms a pool that then runs down into the lake, and you recognise the areas as where you left the canoes. As you're pulling the canoes out from the undergrowth, Kathar, Duvar notices something and pulls you out of the way as a giant wasp sticks its stinger through the space you've just previously occupied. And at that point, I would like you all to roll for initiative. Now, you're going to have some trouble with that, so let me just throw this up.
How wounded is Peter?
Are wounded?
Are you still on 6 health?
No.
No.
We did the
Within
short
the
rest
beyond.
at least.
Yeah,
Oh.
just refresh it. Refresh your stream, mate.
Yeah, it's a bit slow sometimes.
If we're doing this at night, just chuck the 20 feet on me, David, for the light thing that.
Yeah, I will
Kratel
do. Just
did.
give me a second.
What's that? Canoes are spawning.
No.
Okay, so because I can go one better.
I'll tend to the canoes.
Okay.
So global illumination off.
Bonk.
I can't click on my shield.
Yeah, we can't toggle combat at the minute. I
Yep.
presume
Okay.
that's what David was doing.
Come on, David, hurry up.
Now you can. Sorry,
Now we
mate.
can.
I wasn't expecting a combat, so it's getting a bit much.
There we go.
Right.
No,
So,
I wasn't expecting one either.
Kasa, you need some light, don't you? What is it? Is it 20 and 20?
Let me just scroll up and see. Yes, 20 and 20.
So 40, 20. How's that?
That's good.
Okay. And now I just need to remember how many creatures you're being attacked by.
1.
44.
It is nice number.
11. I think that was a nice number.
Or even worse, a lot.
Yeah.
Buzz, we remember these boys.
You do. Me and Duva don't.
Oh, yeah.
I've got flashbacks of what I saw happen to Ares.
Yeah, who were just getting gutted by one as soon as he's like, aha, Misty Step. Oh no, chunk, straight through the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of Ares' many deaths. Such sweet memories. Jesus Christ.
Oh, come on. That's unfair.
That is a worrying number of rolls. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Right, that's not as bad as I
At
thought.
least one of them's consensual.
One of them's irrelevant, so we can just ignore that one.
Okay. So, what happens first? So, yeah, the first wasp has been missed, and thanks to Duvar's sort of eagle-eyedness, Kassar, he stopped you and the group being surprised by the wasps as you looked for the canoes.
Good stuff.
Unfortunately, there is a number of them that you can see approaching. And it's going to move here and attempt to sting you, Kassar, because
Okay.
Everybody in the boats and row.
rolling a 17 to hit.
17 matches it, so
Oh.
that will do it.
Okay, you need to make a Constitution saving throw, and I am going to see if I can quickly amend that attack because I am not having that.
Oh no, wait, actually no, it shouldn't be. Saving throws aren't a disadvantage, sorry. It should be the 15,
Okay. A
because exhaustion
15.
is just ability checks.
Yes, 15 is a success.
Whee.
Okay, so I take 11.
So you will take 8 from the sting and 3 from the poison.
Okay.
Uh,
I have allergies.
And you're fucked. You're really fucked.
okay, another one will appear and attack you, Duvar.
I will say that I'll move to there when that ends its turn as my
Okay.
reaction.
That's fine. Can I do this?
Actually, no, I'll move into the boat.
Start.
Cast off!
It rolls a 7 to hit, so you are fine, Duvar.
Okay.
One will appear from behind you, Ulfar, and attempt to sting you. Rolling a 10 to hit, which is not enough. Brings it round to you, Duvar.
Okay.
So you've seen, to describe these to you, these are exactly what it sounds like, giant wasps, so sort of like people-sized wasps with stingers that resemble swords in sort of length and sharpness.
Sounds lovely.
So lovely.
Yeah. Knowing no better, he's just going to swing at the one that's nearest him. So the one that attacked him.
Okay.
Nice.
Mm.
That is a hit, and that wasp is blooded.
That
Wow.
is good news.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
again.
swing at him again. Come on.
Yeah.
That is also a hit, and that renders that wasp unconscious.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'll turn to this guy and swing it in with my bonus.
Okay.
Yeah. Oof.
Hitting him and bloodying that wasp. So you're just like swatting these as they come at you from the undergrowth.
Yeah.
Just
Or
doing
out,
like
out of the trees.
flippy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Kassar, it is your turn.
I'm gonna sit back in the boat, and I think I'm gonna just knock 2 arrows into my bow and fire them. One at the top one and one at the bottom one that Duvar's just hit.
Okay.
And before I do so, I'll put Slayer's Prey on the top one.
Mhm.
So top one for 22.
Will be killed.
And then the bottom one is just going to be a normal shot. That'll be a 20 for 9 plus 6, 15.
Okay. Is also killed.
Nice.
With that, I'm going to turn and just sort of sit in the boat and suggest we should cast off.
Okay. Ulfar, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'll take up my lightning javelin and stab the one in front of me. Start with. Let's see. So 15 to hit.
That will hit.
So 8 points of damage.
And you'll bloody that wasp as you pierce its abdomen.
Not being in the dark and not knowing how many of them there are, I will cast spiritual spirit. 2 seconds.
This is where he goes, oh, what actual spell slots have I got?
Yeah.
None
Yeah,
left.
I'm just going to cast spiritual weapon at 2nd level. And so it's 19 to hit and 12 points of damage. Oh, I've lost.
Yep.
I've lost my fighting.
Every time it's the spiritual weapon.
Just click
Yeah.
off the spiritual weapon.
I can't.
Press escape.
There you go. I got it.
Okay, that wasp is killed by your spiritual weapon.
Cool. Then I will get in the other boat.
Okay. Kutel, one will come at you. At this point, are you still carrying frocks?
I am.
Okay, then it will make the attack with, let's say, disadvantage, but the first attack hits you, the second attack hits frocks. Okay, it will hit Froxy's body.
So I'm basically using him like a human shield.
Not
Little bit.
deliberately, it just happened that way.
Because he's sitting on your shoulder.
And it makes it your turn on combat.
Okay, I will use my action to disengage
Mhm.
and sprout some wings because I can with all of my items.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fly to the boat.
Whose boat are you getting in? Kathar's.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna drop Frox's body in there.
Drop.
Drop Frox's body into the boat.
Yeah. Okay. I just checking you meant the word drop and not place.
Place.
Well, I don't have an action left. I can't place him.
Okay. Quintel just thud.
On to Gretel.
Okay. You all hear an odd amount of buzzing and movement to the west.
Sounds fun. Everybody in the boats.
Yeah. Oh shit in hell. Yeah, definitely everyone to the boats. For
Oh
the
god, there's a velvety one.
for the stream, like 10 wasps have just appeared in the combat order.
I can see them.
Okay. I'm just going to get these attacks out of the way quickly. So first one comes at you, Duvar. Rolling a 12 to hit.
That's a negatory.
He is dead, so we'll remove him from the order.
Be worried about the mental giant wasp.
Coming at you, Kassar. Tell you what, I'm just going to put their attack in my macro bar because that'll be easier.
Okay.
Rolling a 6.
Yeah, dodge out of the way. Lower myself into the boat.
At you this time, Kretel.
Of course.
Hitting Frox again. And then Duvar, it is your turn. So you can just hear a angry, angry buzzing.
Okay.
And yeah, you've heard Kassad yell back to the boats.
Yeah, of course. So I will run to. I think probably I'll run to a boat, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they're wonderfully like capable of taking much more.
I'll jump to. I'll run to Alphar's boat if I can.
You can certainly can. Are you doing anything to disengage from the wasps themselves?
Yeah, I'll use a key point to disengage.
Okay, as a bonus action.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let's grab that. And move to, where is it? Over here. And jump in the boat. Or wherever
Okay.
it is.
Okay.
Push off
Yeah,
with an action. Can I push off with an action?
Yeah, sure. How much movement did you have left when you got to the boat?
Let's have a look.
I would have said 20 odd feet, something like that.
So this is where I was, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. So the boat is 20 feet away to me where I was standing.
So you had another 25 feet of movement.
25 feet, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. We're gonna row a lot faster, Alpha, than anybody else.
Yep. Not just faster than anybody else, but because you're also moving downstream, this is a lot quicker than your journey here. Yeah. So you've just sort of pushed yourself around the rocks, and the current has grabbed you, and you're some distance away from Kratel and Kassar,
Okay.
who are now going to have to deal with the remaining wasps if they can
Good.
make it there.
You did say cast off, Kazar.
At you, Kassar. Rolling a 21 to hit.
That will hit. That's a lot of damage. But I'll make the save. So that does 15 total, yeah?
Yes, so 8 and then 7.
Cool. Oh, you're doing it for me. That's fine.
I'm doing it in game. If you can keep your D&D Beyond up to date. That one won't make it to you in time to hit Kratel. That one won't make it in time to hit. The mental one will, Kratel.
Oh, it crit! You
He is mental!
Sorry, I did mean to roll with disadvantage, so I will roll it again.
thank God.
So the first number would have been against you, Kratel, so yeah, it's going to hit you.
Yep.
Constitution saving throw if you would.
Oof.
You pass, so you'll take all of the crit damage. And then a
10.
is it
It's
10?
10 plus 15. So it'd be 10 piercing, and it's 31 crit poison, so it'd be 15 poison.
Yeah. 25 total.
25 total.
Okay. Kretel, you are barely alive.
Uh-huh.
But that will bring it round to your turn, Kasar. So you will see this wasp swoop down on Kretel, and because he's wearing this disjointed plate armor, it will essentially get between one of the gaps, and you will see the wasp stinger come out the back of Kretel.
Is Kretel in the boat, or is he still flying?
He I assume he landed on the
I
boat.
landed to put Frox's body in the boat.
Okay, in which case I'll bonus action disengage, and then I'll use my action to dash and push us off,
Okay.
and paddle as fast as I fucking can.
Okay. How much movement would that give you normally?
50 feet total.
Okay, so that's fine. You're going to make it off the map. Kretel, you're being moved not of your own volition, so you will not provoke. And
Yay.
you boys will row to safety, and you will, in the water, easily outpace, with the current, easily outpace the wasps.
Yeah.
And that will take us out of combat.
See, told you it was a good idea to cast off.
I'm going to use my thing I haven't really ever used at any point.
Okay, so Kretel, you gain 9 hit points. And then over the course of the next hour, you row into the village. Now, you will run into one of the village's sort of patrols on the lake, and they will escort you into the village. And you'll notice at this point that you've all lost the ability to communicate with the chameleon folk, and you can't understand their language anymore.
Yeah.
As we sort of pull in, as I've got Kretel in the boat with me, and he's rather seriously injured, I'm going to point to him. And point to the rest of them, and I should sort of wave my hand as if to say, "Get over here," to the chameleon folk.
I will probably aid Kretel in like lifting the body of Throx. So like we're being like respectful and like sort of laying it down like in a way to sort of demonstrate that we've brought his body back and we're sad. At least try and attempt to give the impression of sadness.
Okay, so Kasai, you're sort of trying to essentially like get aid for Kretel from the chameleon folk, and also you're trying to show respect and lay Frox before them.
Yeah.
Okay, Duva and Kretel, what are you doing?
Moving slowly because I'm still bleeding out.
Okay.
I'm helping Kretel. I'm helping him along.
Okay, so Cluck, over the course of the last day, you have been taken by the chameleon folk, and you've gone through a number of rituals. So one of them was at the head of the village. There are a number of waterfalls that cascade like down before they flow out into the lake. You have essentially been bathed in one of those. You have had like ritualistic paintings like painted on your body, on your feathers, and as a result, you feel vitalized. And essentially, what that will mean is you will have advantage on all ability checks for the next 48 hours. And this is where I think, yeah, Cluck's internet just died.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
It is perfect timing. He would have heard your arrival signalled and come to meet you, but he is otherwise waylaid. So,
He's having a nap.
yeah, so Kassar, can you just make a performance check, please? And this is to see how well you are interpreted by the chameleon folk. So they don't immediately understand what you're sort of indicating, and then sort of like as they see Quatel and the state he's in, they will come to his aid, and they will sort of with you all watching, they will sort of like lift Kassar between two chameleon folks under each arm and start to take him into the village.
I'm guessing you meant Kratel, but
Sorry,
otherwise
yeah,
fine.
Kratel, yeah.
We're not the same person.
No, a number of chameleon folk will come and sort of carry frocks aloft on their shoulders and will follow Kratel into the village. And the sort of like the drums that had broken out at your arrival have sort of like ebbed away, and it is just the sound of the lake itself.
I will follow them to go with Kratel. I want to make sure what they're doing to him is not horrific. They're not going to put him through some ritual or something.
Ulfa will go with them too. In the event that what they look like is ineffectual, Ulfa will attempt to heal Kratel himself.
Okay. So, Duvar?
Yep.
Because I think you're the only person who hasn't said you're going with Kratel, just to check.
Yeah, I'll just follow them. Might
Okay.
as well. Got nothing else to do.
Okay. So you are taken into the village. Kratel, you're taken to the hut of a healer, where you're sort of like put down on a mat of some sort, and the chameleon folk will start to smear like thick paste on your body, and you will start to recover hit points from this.
Cool.
Right, what were you saying, David? For my no,
So, just 2 seconds. So, Kratel, from that you will recover 25 hit points.
Jesus.
I need some of this Healy goop.
Yeah. Can I do some kind of check to see if I can, between being proficient with the herbalism kit and my knowledge of medicine, to work out what this Healy goop is?
Sure. You can either make a nature or a medicine check.
Okay. Oh, motherfucker!
My friend.
Yeah. So, despite your knowledge, this is just some tribal remedy that you've not come across before.
Okay.
You get a whiff of sort of aloe from it, but
Yep.
like how it's made, the chameleon folks, if you try and ask them, don't understand you, so they can't explain it to you, and you're left wondering what happened to you, Cluck. So over the course of the last 24 hours, you've been like bathed, and then you'd had like ritualistic tribal patterns painted onto your feathers. And what this will do is, for the next 48 hours, in game terms, you will have advantage on all ability checks.
Fuck.
Unless there's something that gives you disadvantage, in which case you'd be normal.
Okay.
We should have all stayed here. Jesus. Oh, magic pain.
Yeah, so, Kratel, you're starting to feel better. Frox is not brought into the same hut as you, and for those that see Kratel get taken inside and stay with him, you will see Frox is taken further into the village, aloft, and he will actually travel past you, Cluck, and you can see that Frox, the champion of the chameleon folk who went with your friends, has been brought back slain.
And you start to worry about Kassar. Do we have Brooksy?
We lost him again.
I'm here.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. So, presuming this does not phase you, you'll see Frox is taken to the Elders, and after some time they will travel into the village and into a large hut where there seems to be a gathering of chameleon folk.
I was going to wait and see what sort of Healy stuff they had, because if it was some sort of decent spell, I was going to try and show 'em my toes and pass it off as battle injury.
It seems to be like thick
Because it,
swamp paste.
yeah, because it seems like more paste to cover wounds, I'm not even going to attempt.
Okay. So Cluck, you kind of so do you follow the elders, or do you just try and travel the village yourself looking for your friends?
I will. I will say, has there been any return from my friends to the elders?
They will say that to you, who has retained the ability to speak to the chameleon folk, that they have just arrived, and your friends are the only people who have survived the return journey, and the only other person who was brought back was Frox, who was dead. It says he was a great champion of our people, and that the path ahead will be more difficult for his passing. I should point out at this point, Cluck, you are joined by Janelle, who has remained with you in the village, who accompanied you neither to the Rakshara or to the Shadow Hands camp, and she has been learning what little she can from the chameleon folk and their knowledge of Hearth.
So I can either go and
So
find the group.
the elders are saying they're on the way to speak to the group, and as they need to know what happened to Frox.
Okay, yeah, I'll just follow on behind them instead of wandering around the planks.
Okay, so after a minute or so, everybody in the hut will see the lizard folk elders enter, followed by Cluck and Janelle.
Look, what's with the paint? You look stupid.
Yeah, so Cluck's got some, it's almost like bioluminescent paint in odd patterns. So on his chest, he's actually got what look like a pair of eyes been painted on. And then on his arms, they're like swirls. It's a bit like, like the pattern of a cobra with fake eyes. He's got like that sort of motif on his chest.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'll just sort of say it's the first time I've been clean in months.
yeah.
Months.
Amen, brother. Amen.
The elders will ask via you, Cluck, what happened during the attack. Was it successful? What happened of our champion?
And I'll relay that back to the group and sort of
Yes.
ask what happened.
Inside, you'll see that apart from Kutel, the group look. They don't appear to be injured. Kutel does look wounded, but he looks like he's over the worst of it and is on the mend.
The camp is destroyed, and we killed many of their group. I believe we may also have killed their leader, surrounded as he was by ogres. It was not without a toll, though. None of the chameleon folk lived. They sold their lives in the attack.
I'll just relay that back in the communion language.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the elders will seem saddened and possibly worried by the news, but said we'll say that this is a risk that they accepted when you came to the village, and that they knew that during the sort of the rise of the last heralds, that it was potential that they would all die, and as long as you were successful, then any death, no matter how painful, would be worth it.
And I'll just relay that back.
Kretel, you are smeared with more paste, and you will recover another 15 hit points.
I need a pot of this paste.
Yeah. I will turn to Clark and say and ask him to ask the lizard folk, like, what is this this paste that they smear on Kotel? It seems to be doing wonders.
Again, I'll ask the elders the question.
The elders will tell you, Clock, that this is a healing salve that has been sort of prepared by their folk for generations. It is a ointment that they have learnt how to perfect, and essentially it's a mixture of several ingredients from the jungle that they harvest.
Again, I'll just relay back that information to.
Clark, if you don't mind, we travelled through the night and travelled through the darkness to get here, and a lot of us are not particularly better for wear, so we need to rest. We must rest.
Oh yeah, and I'll say to the elders, is there a room or a hut where my friends can rest?
They will say yes. Accommodation has already been prepared, and with that, they will start to shuffle you all but Kretel out. And Kretel, if you sort of go to move, they will insist rather firmly that you stay in the hut.
I'm staying in the hut. It's where the Healy stuff is.
I want some in my ointment pot. Can I motion for one that's, at the pot that I carry for the ointment, the old pot I have, and see if I can get them to put any healing balm in there?
Yeah, so if you if you sort of hold your empty ointment jar open, Duvar, they will get what you're asking for and sort of turn and look at the elder, who will nod, and essentially they will put in enough mixture to fill your jar, which I believe will be 5 doses.
Yeah, thank you.
You ask and you shall
Thank
receive.
you. Yeah, thank you.
I just say that he's most grateful.
You can probably tell from my dancing.
Yeah, given that we're supposedly bedding here for the night, as it seems that Ulfar will sort of like post himself up in a corner and just sort of slump down.
Yeah, so you're not staying in the same hut as Kretel, you're sort of taken back to where you remained after your hero's feast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I'll just trudge along as tired as Kasawa is.
Okay. And is there anything that you would do before the next morning? Essentially, I say next morning, before you've had a long rest. Now, is there anything anybody would wish to do? Like it's only sort of 36 hours since you last saw Cluck, so he doesn't feel like he's been gone for a session and a half.
Mm.
No, I think all I would do is sort of in character just perform some basic maintenance on the bow, take the string off, clean it, clean the wood, check my arrows, the rest of it, because it's been in heavy use.
Yeah.
David, does Ulfar think that he will be able to do like mainstay repairs to repair the damage to his armor, or is it something that's going to require like smithing to do?
Uh,
Because it's chainmail, so presumably what you could like if you just with anything heavy, you could take the ones that were broken and rehammer a pin through the broken, depending on how expensive the chainmail is. Like, I can't imagine he's got expensive stuff.
Yeah. No. I like Ulfar would look at it and like you would feel like you would need at the very least smithing tools, even to
Yeah.
attempt it yourself.
Yeah. Okay. That is.
If you was to attempt it without the proper tools, you believe you could make the damage worse.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fair enough. I figured.
And if you ask as Cluck to ask the chameleon folk, they don't seem to have any smiths, and from what you've seen from their weapons, they generally have like spears that are made out of wood, with the exception of Frox, who had his sword.
Special
Yeah.
sword. Yeah. Yeah. I remember. Cool. Okay. Fair enough. Then that is probably. Yeah. I can't think of anything else that Ulfar would do.
Okay. Anybody else?
Do a meditate. Do a bit of meditation.
Okay. So, you will all awaken the next morning, having received the benefits of a long rest, including you, Critel.
Woo!
When you are you're awakened by the chameleon folk who will who essentially to you, Cluck, they will thank you for returning Frox. Now, one of the things you did notice during the night was there was a lot of sort of, it sounded almost like croaking, but it was like long, drawn out, and quite bassy. And as the conversation goes on, you gather that the elders essentially have laid the body of their champion to rest, and that they will, should they survive the the short future, they will elect a new champion, and he will carry on in Frox's honor.
Okay.
But one of the things that they've come to offer you is a scout to help you find the city of Hearth, which they know the location of.
I'll be most grateful for any additional help.
Yeah, they say that they would like to send more with you, but without with their champion being dead and his men also being dead, they worry for the defense of the village. If they send too many out, that some of their numerous enemies may decide to attack. So
That's fair enough.
After a short while, Critel, you are roused by the chameleon folk, who will help you up and back into your armor, and then escort you to meet your awaiting friends.
Okay.
Don't forget, you're aroused by the chameleon folk.
It's roused, not aroused.
Oh right, sorry.
Oh, I feel a lot better this morning than I did last time.
Praise the Stormlord.
Well, I'm glad that the Stormlord could cure you of your curse, was it?
It was
Seems
cursed.
odd that your own god did not deem to help you, Kratel.
Well, my god isn't very liked or very much remembered by anybody.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'm not surprised if he can't even remove a curse from his followers.
That's not what he's really about, though.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I suppose our next move is onto this hidden city.
Yeah, I'll sort of say that they've we're gonna be given a scout that knows the location of the city, but they are unwilling to send more men at this time due to risk and fear that the village will get sacked if they send any more men out.
I suppose.
You would think, considering the issues, if we fail, that wouldn't matter to them.
Yes.
Um,
I mean, it's
just
only the world we're saving.
It's only the end of the world.
So as you talk, a rather scrawny-looking chameleon folk will appear, and his spear is like crooked, and he seems to use it to walk on quite a lot. And he will introduce himself to you, Clock. He'll say, "It's an honor to serve the last two heralds. My name is Zop.
SOP.
ZOP. Zop."
Introduce the Zop to the group.
He will bow lowly to all of you.
bow back.
I'll say, how long will it take to get to the Lost City?
Zop will say that it is a long journey, but seeing as the human camp has been taken care of, you will be able to travel mostly by water. In which case, it will sort of keep the speed up and the danger low. Is how he will describe it. Although he will say that there will be several miles over land, and we must carry our canoes with us.
And the less trouble we have, the better. And again, I'll just relay all this information back to the group.
That's what we like. Fast, low danger. That sounds good to me.
And Clock, he will follow up by apologising to you that that nobody else can be spared, but he will say that he is a very good scout, and he will not see you stayed wrong or delayed.
I'll acknowledge the fact that nobody else can come with, and trust that he can get us there as quick as possible.
I only accept this because he knows where it is definitively. Otherwise, there is no chance that he is a better scout than I. None.
Ulfa like will do like a slightly patronizing but like sympathetic like pat on Kassad's shoulders, like sure, no, yeah, no chance. Shall we off then?
Yeah, I'll take us up. Let's head out. I'll show us or lead the way.
Yep. So the seven of you now will set off.
So what's her face is coming with us?
Yeah, Janelle. Sort of like if you're traveling towards the city, she will follow because she knows it's her duty to be there and to assist you in stopping the evil that lies within. So, what will happen is over the course of several hours, you will travel without incident. First, upstream, but coming to where the river turns to beat the mountains, you will sort of beach your canoes there and then carry them cross country to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
From there, you will paddle within sight of land for several hours. Oh, wait, sorry, I have got muddled up because It's you're actually going cross country to the camp that you previously sacked,
Yes.
and just being able to canoe through that area has saved you probably half a day's travel.
Yeah.
Not like Dark Souls, there, it's not going to be repopulated. We've come back. Round 2.
Obviously, I won't know. I'll sort of later because I was like, this the village you had to sack.
Yes, notice the amount of dead bodies lying in the grass.
The telltale signs.
Yeah, there's definitely been some activity at the camp, but it appears animalistic in nature. So you can see some of the bodies have been feasted on. There is a number of like vultures and other carrion birds now feasting on the remains that you've left, including the remains of the chameleon folk.
Oof.
I would ask about the whereabouts of the cougar lady.
We have not seen her.
She was not part of the camp. We fear that she is still active on the island.
Let's hope we get to the city before she does.
Indeed.
Yeah, so
She does not know where it is, though, so we need to be careful that we're not being tracked.
That is a very good point. On that note, Ulfar, literally having heard that, will start paying attention to whether or not he sees anyone trying to follow.
Okay.
Mm.
So you travel over the course of the next 6 hours through some low foothills underneath some small mountain range to your north, and you sort of like carrying your canoes. It's fairly traversable, although it's quite difficult as you go. And you'll come to the mouth of a river, and that is where Zop will suggest that we set camp, and he will say that it's still quite some way, and the city is best viewed in the morning.
I'll just relay that back to say the best that we camp and view the city in at daybreak.
Well,
Sounds like
he
a
knows the
plan.
lands better than we do.
He says camp, then let's camp.
Indeed.
Okay, so you all benefit from a long rest. Weather's still frightfully cold, and you are woken with the early morning sun by Zop, who will insist you set off early.
Sounds like a plan.
Raise the rest of the camp.
Okay. So over the course of the first couple of hours of the day, you will sail down another river, and you will emerge at a large lake, which you can see quite a bit of distance around. Now, the lake seems to flow out towards the sea, but it's sort of like halfway along this lake that you will Zop will turn his canoe, and he's sort of like at the lead at this point, and he will start to paddle upstream along another river.
Yep. We follow suit.
Hmm. Not so long, right?
It is a long way. The river itself will start to cut rather deep through a valley, and the mountains will start to pen you in on either side. And it's still several hours later before.
The mountain on the map.
Not yet. So the river itself is obscured by the mountains on the map, but essentially it travels up a hidden valley here.
Pyramid. Ooh, fancy.
And then what you see,
Ziggurat. Oh no, ziggurat.
just waiting for my screen to catch up because I'm stuck on 30% for some reason.
Catchy.
Holy catch monkey.
There we go. So as you've been following this this river between two steep mountain ranges, it will come out to a lake. And yeah, as you roll your canals out of the narrow valley, you see this expansive lake in front of you, miles wide and hemmed in by tall mountains on either side. And Zop will say to you, "We are here."
We are where? This
Yeah.
road lake.
Where's here?
He will say, "The lost city of Hearth," and he will gesture out to the lake.
Oh, don't tell me it's underwater.
Is it submerged?
He will shake his head and say, "No, stop looking with your eyes and look with your hat."
Okay, Opa will reach out with his senses and try and sense something in this completely empty valley.
Okay. So as you you all stare out across the lake, Cluck and Cretel, you will perceive it first, but it's not long before everybody else will start to perceive the same thing, and it's essentially it's like the fluttering of 1,000 birds as the image of this lake before you evaporates, and your senses will adjust to what you see in front of you.
Right.
Which is so as your senses adjust to what you actually see, it's a massive ruined city, easily 5 square miles in size, partially sunken. From the white mountains above, you can see crystal falls cascading onto the streets, which have submerged into canals. There's a large, expansive wall in front of you that has been breached in several places by the river. And Cluck, you immediately will have a very vivid vision of patrolling those walls that you see in front of you in such a state of disrepair.
Jesus, how old is Cluck?
That's a very good point.
Is this your place of birth, Cluck? Is this the place? Do you feel it?
I've had a vision of the wall.
Yeah, so Cluck, as you look at the city, this is not the place you remember being from. Like, it feels alien to you. But as you look over it, you can sort of see how it used to look in your mind, but like it's your memories having real difficulty sort of converting what you're seeing in front of you of this ruined city to what you actually remember from your homeland.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and say, perhaps, my friend, we should walk through the streets. Seeing more of the city in this place may bring back more memories.
It might be a case of row through the streets from the look of it. Most of it seems to be flooded.
I will ask Zop if he has any knowledge of this city or where we are supposed to go.
So Zop will say to you that he has never set foot within the walls. It's forbidden for his people. They are not the last. They are not the heralds, and they were not meant to reclaim the city. But now that you are here, he is permitted to guide you.
Understood.
Excellent. So a guide who doesn't know where he's going from this point on.
My time to shine.
Do we know where within the city the the portal that was held by the Coatls resides.
So as the question is asked, Clock, who's just gone to take a phone call. So as you ask the group where the Quattles will reside, Clock will have a number of memory triggered, and that is of a large gleaming temple at the center of the city, with its back to the mountains.
Okay.
And I presume Cluck would share that with you.
Yeah, I would, yeah.
Perfect.
So I presume let's head that way then. Get in and out. No problems. No fighting. Just get the ring. Start making the rod. All hunky dory.
Just remember to keep an eye out. This place hasn't been inhabited for quite a while. There could be anything living in here.
Or nothing. Or there could be nothing. I would like nothing, thank you.
Do we get a feeling of anybody following at all, or anybody? Any?
Since you've been looking out, you've had no sight of anybody following you, and given the speed you've travelled by canoe, it would be the only conceivable way something could keep up with you is if it was flying, and you've not seen any unnatural sights in the air. And because you've been on the river for such a long time, you've had quite an unobstructed view of the sky.
Yeah. Okay.
So you don't believe you've been followed.
Unless by something invisible and flying.
Yes. Or invisible and swimming, perhaps. So as you push into the city, you will see that despite its state of disrepair, the city is embraced with an inescapable beauty. There's brightly coloured birds that are squawking at you through the ruins as you pass through collapsed stone walls that surround the city. The cobblestones of the streets have been polished by streams that bleed through the cracks, and the streets themselves will gleam as if they're made out of a gemstone. On the buildings themselves, there are old frescoes crafted by long since deceased artisans that still tell the story of this metropolis, a story of once uninterrupted peace and prosperity. But there is also signs of sadness too. Also decorating the walls and the abandoned buildings are bones of the extinct inhabitants. Some are warriors who are still wearing the armour and still carrying the weapons in their skeleton forms, but you can see there are many others that were not warriors. You surmise that these were fathers, mothers, and even children, Aarakocran, who were slain in the streets.
Terrible.
This armor that we see
I
on
knew you were going to do
bodies,
so.
is it stuff similar to what Cluck is currently wearing, or is it a more rudimentary?
No. So there's some similances in design, like they all appear to have been crafted for flying creatures. But these the ones on the sort of the warrior looking bodies that you see are nowhere near as well made as what Cluck is wearing.
Okay.
Considering that what Cluck is wearing came from one of the last heralds, you can surmise from that he was a person in a position of power.
Yeah. Yeah, no, makes sense. Is there any sign of any other dead that are not Aarakocran?
No. Give me a shout when you're back, Cluck.
Because Ulfa will turn to Kasara and go, there is not a single human dead in this city. That the people of our past were clearly much more than what they are now.
I will ask Jorvig if he knows what happened, because he was around when all of the attacks happened.
Yeah.
Jorvig will relay to you that what little intel they got out of the Aarakocra sort of dominion before it was overrun was that they've been at war for some time with some creatures which you now know to be Rakshasas. And they've always been held at a stalemate by the Quattles, but the humans, when they attacked, they swung the balance of power. And as you look upon the walls and along some of the streets, you can see like craters where explosive weapons have impacted. So the humans that came here, from what Jorvik tells you, used their technology to essentially sunder the city, and that led to victory over the Aarakocrans by their enemies. You say, although much is still uncertain from these times, it happened with such quickness that most didn't find out about the attack until the city was already lost, and once the city was lost, the empire was lost. And by empire, I mean like the Aarakocran dominion.
Okay. And I'll also ask Janelle if she knows anything about here that we should be on the lookout for.
Janelle will tell you that her father's journals don't mention the city apart from in rumour, because obviously he never made it here. But they do point out that the one important place would be the Tikali Kotl, which is the Grand Central like temple in the middle of the city, and that is where the Quatl lived and were worshipped.
Okay.
This place is a place of death, and I'm sure this is hard for Cluck to see. Should we press forward
Yeah,
through
as you look
the
at Cluck, he
ruins?
looks he looks almost vacant.
No different to usual.
More so than usual. It's really as if
Different kind of vacant.
he's in a different place. Cluck, if you can hear me, what you are experiencing are flashbacks, so you will see several things as you move through the city. So you will see the face of a friendly warrior. That is then, as you snap back to the reality of your surroundings, you will see a half-buried skeleton against the wall. Further on in the city, you will see children playing in the street, replaced by a massive bomb crater in a square, and similar such experiences as you travel through the city.
It's like River on Miranda in Serenity.
I do not know what any of those words were.
Okay, Serenity, the movie that followed Firefly.
Okay.
They get to a planet at the end because she's a psychic and she starts seeing flashbacks of an entirely dead planet of people being alive and not.
Yeah,
But
similar, but the only difference here is like Cluck's flashbacks are from his own point of view.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so like an actual memory that he has.
That has been lost.
Okay.
That's just been triggered by the surroundings, the smell, the noise.
If he looks like really like rocketed, like all four, we was paying special attention to just make sure he doesn't like fall out of the boats into the water.
That's a point. Who's sharing boats? So Zop will be on his own. I've currently got Ksar and Kretel in a canoe. I've got Cluck and Duvar in a canoe, and Ulfar and Janelle in a canoe.
That's fine.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that works.
Then I'll make sure he's okay.
yeah, you just notice he's no longer paddling along, and you're kind of like having to do the work of two Duvar.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
No, I'm guessing we're just heading in the direction we know we've got to go for the most part, unless we see something that particularly sticks out to us.
Yeah. I suppose we're looking at the city to see if there's anything that looks like anything that we've been told about in the previous encounters, and
Like dream visions and stuff.
Yeah, no. So Cluck will continue to have these visions, but they seem to make him grow more and more quieter as you proceed into the city, and sort of like with talking to Janelle and seeing signs of the temple at the back of the city. That is where you make your way.
Yeah.
So paddling your canoes, and you'll see another set of walls, which again have been partially ruined as you travel through the city. And
I'm back.
perfect. So Cluck, you've been having flashbacks as you go through the city of your former life.
Yep.
So you see like friendly warriors replaced by skeletons. You see children playing in the street replaced with bomb craters, and
They're all from my personal
yeah,
view.
yeah. You get the feeling that you were here when this city was not like this, and it is actually causing you pain to see it like this.
take 5 points of damage.
As we're sort of walking through, I'll just sort of explain that I'm seeing kids running around and people walking through the streets where these skeletons lay.
Yeah. Now, for everybody else, as you see the city, you know, you can tell that this happened hundreds, if not thousands, of years ago.
How old are you, Cluck?
Yeah, I'm curious how he's still around.
No, but I'll just sort of say that that I'm viewing it as if it was like yesterday.
I think your name's Hancock.
Okay, so as you paddle your canoe through the street, you will pass between the interior walls, and you will come face to face with the temple in front of you. So this is a circle of white gleaming wall framed by the falls, and within it is a massive temple. As you approach the temple, you will see that upon the steps of the temple there are figures, and as you go into view, this is what you see.
Okay. No one followed us.
Oh joy.
That's because they're already here.
Haven't we killed enough of them?
You were asking about the Jaguar lady. There we go.
Okay. Paddle back, guys.
Yeah, so as these cultists come into view, you can see that the lines of them on the stairs part, and from in their rank, a person wearing a long flowing robe and a mask that looks like a one-eyed creature with tentacles for a jaw descends. He extends his arms towards you in a welcoming manner. He says, "There you are, happily. We've been waiting patiently for you." And at his side is the woman, the Jaguar woman you have seen before, known as Brix.
Told you she was still out there.
Which I hadn't asked.
Cheeky cat lady.
So the masked figure that steps down removes his mask and reveals the face of a young man, probably no more than 18 or 19, with platinum blonde hair, blue eyes, and a charming smile. He says, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you yet. My name is Micklin." And he will continue to walk down the stairs, extending a hand to you.
Yeah, I will refuse his hand. And I'll say I know what your companion Brix has done to many good people.
We
So
could
he
could
will
sail off here.
You are not to be trusted.
he will offer a hand to each of you, and he will start to address you all by name, and he will start off with you, Cretel, and he will point and gesture to you and say, "You must be Cretel, the Banished. Apologies that you can't return home. We all carry our burdens, and perhaps once this is all over, we can resolve that little mess and share a little of your Blackwater ale."
And how do you know so much about us?
He ignores your question for the moment, Cretel, and turns to you, Kassar, and says, "This is Kassar, the cat burglar. Your skills should be put much better to much better use than stealing journals or rescuing animals from rooftops."
Quite like stealing the cat from the rooftop.
You say, "Ulfa, the desert storm. And they say you travelled deeper into the southern wastes than any other man. The things you must have learnt."
I can see a villain when I know one.
You will say, "Duvar, the traveller, never afraid to step forward to protect others, but always unwilling to return home. I wonder, have you told anybody why?"
Eyes on Duvar.
And finally, Cluck. I'd heard the rumours, but would never have believed it if I wasn't seeing you now. I suppose this is welcome home. Do you remember it? It must be difficult to not know who you are in this world. Once this is all over, perhaps we can help you remember.
I'll just say nothing.
He will now address all of you and say, "I realise we may seem like the bad guys here, but the truth is, we hope to defend this world from the evil that lies within this temple. Unfortunately, my friends, you've been manipulated by many people along the way," and he will throw a glance at both Janelle and Zop. "You only have half the story. Within this temple, there are a pair of celestial beings, Quattles. For hundreds of years, they've kept a being known as Black Tezcatlipoca at bay. Should the being be released, it's prophesied that it will turn the world to fire and ash. Black Tezcatlipoca can only be freed if he's in the presence of the last heralds, as was prophesied in the stories of Hearth, and that, if I'm not wrong, and I'm rarely wrong, is you. Of course, there's a catch. He can't be destroyed unless he's fully returned and in his physical forms, and that's what brings us all here, friends. You must go into the temple and stand before the gate of night that holds back Black Tezcatlipoca. Then,
That's
once
me, Jasso.
then, once he has returned, we will aid you in the final battle. That is the destiny of the Shadow's Hand."
Why should we trust you? You have done nothing but murder innocent people and be a thorn in our side. Why? What? In what way could you think that we would ever trust you?
And your cat friend there hasn't been particularly forthcoming with this information.
Tried to kill me in a bookshop.
He will sort of look at Brix, and she will nod, and then he will look back to you and says, "Mistakes, I'm sure, but when the fate of the world hangs in the balance, you must not let anybody stand in your way. We apologise for these mistakes. But, we only wished to aid you."
I'll sort of stand forward and say you have no right to stand on the steps of that temple.
Can I make a sort of insight check as to how sincere this is?
Of course you may.
Because I've killed about 20 of his guys.
Yep.
Nice.
23.
You believe everything he's saying is the truth.
Or he believes it at the very least.
Your men have tried to kill us from the very beginning of all of this.
He will say, yes. They are fanatical in their belief that They are here to stop the monster reoccurring.
What would a young gentleman like yourself seem to know so much?
They say there was one who founded the Shadow Hand many years ago. Not intentionally, I believe, but through his writings and his clues, he's left enough of a trail to piece together not only the prophecy, but what lies within. I believe you know him. His name was Rain. Me and other people like me saw in these prophecies a call to action, one that we could not ignore.
Rain.
We tracked.
Does anyone?
Sorry, I'm going to say just to be clear, Rain is the last herald, the prophet who you found within the Well of Secrets, the person whose Cluck's now wearing the armor of.
Yeah.
And I've got the shield of.
Yes, so he will say the Shadow's Hands not only believed we were destined to find Hearth, but we also believe we're the only one capable of relieving the Quattles from their positions. We learnt through our historians that an artifact was needed, the Herald's Key, and we searched for this and believed it was lost until it was found with you, a Ara Cochrane, the last member of a long dead race. This is more than just prophecy. This is destiny for you.
Yes. And you've been trying to kill us, knowing that he's an Aracrocan and knowing that he's the last of his race. You've been trying to kill us to get the coin ever since, or medallion.
As I said, mistakes were made, but we believed that only we could stop them. And it is now clear through everything that you've been through that you must be the true herald, and it is you the prophecy speaks of, not us. But we still have a part to play when the time comes.
So how do you think you can help us? What can you provide that we can't provide for ourselves?
Safety.
Health potions.
Safety and aid when the final battle comes. And with that, the men on the steps will all stand to one side, essentially offering you free passage into the temple.
No puzzles.
Turn to
If-
the others and say, well, I don't believe we can trust this man. He's letting us in and we're not going to have a fight. We've got a hard enough fight coming.
Seems sincere.
I don't fully believe that he will help us when the time comes, but everything he's said seems true. We should take him up on his offer and just be wary.
Proceed with caution.
I do not like the idea of them being left behind us.
Yeah, so as you look upon the steps, you will see 60 of them, plus 4 ogres and bricks and this Micklin.
I'm going to lean over Ulfar and say, I don't think we have much of a choice.
David, how many were in the encampment that we sat?
20.
20.
odd.
Okay.
They all Shadow Hand as well. I think they were.
Yeah.
Yep.
26, if we count the ones outside.
Fighting this number is... It's not a fight we're likely to win, my friends. We should take him up on his offer.
Don't like the idea of we're not having a choice, but however, as we don't have a choice, we kind of have to go with it.
We do have a choice. We are in a boat. We could just swim back down river.
And the world would end, and yes, we have to push on. We do not have.
Say there wasn't really any chance of resort going back and getting reinforcements.
They wouldn't be much help.
Yeah, they blessed our souls. They did not aid. bar that champion that whose body we brought back, they were not helpful in the previous engagement.
And right now they don't have a champion.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't like it either, but I agree with your assessment. We do not have a choice.
Well,
Into the temple, past that evil army of cultish freaks.
He will say, "You may not trust me, but we trust in your abilities. And as I said, we will join you for the final battle, and together we will
excellent.
send this demon back to the abyss."
We shall see.
Well, as you've had a lot of historians look into all of this stuff, do you have any information for us once we're in there?
He says that from everything we've been able to determine, you will be tested within the temple. These tests, we do not know what nature they will be, as we've been unable to open the temple door. But, you will need every one of your wits if you're to survive.
Understood. I want to make one thing clear. If you should betray us, you will be the first one to die. I promise. I swear it by the Stone Lord. I will bring down death upon you, which you could not possibly imagine.
He will sort of gesture to the people on the stairs and says, "If we had not learned our mistake and still wanted you dead, we would not be having this pleasant conversation. Trust me when I say that we have no desire to see this fiend return to the world. We have dedicated our lives to preventing that."
Sure. Okay, let's go, guys.
Okay. So, Zop will say that well, he's been given leave to escort you to the temple. He cannot set his foot on the sacred ground, but he will ensure that the canoes are waiting for you when you return. And with that, he will start
Okay.
to lash them together so
If
that he
you're
can
happy,
tow them out.
if you're happy, we're waiting outside here with all these people. That's fine.
Can we ask Midland to slay bricks as a sign of trust?
She will glare at you, Clock, but Micklin will not react.
Oh, they can't get in without my key, so
Oh, come now, kitty cat. Don't be like that.
So,
All right. Okay. Shall we move on, my friends?
Yep, I suppose we best.
yep. So, as I say, the Shadow's Hand on the temple will allow you passage between the ranks, and you are able to move to the very top of the temple.
I will on my if we're walking past bricks on my way past, I will just bump into her, like shoulder bumper on the way past.
Yeah, she will instinctively start to react, and Micklin will shout her down.
I'll just look at her, just turn around and go undisturbed, shout, "What?" and then just carry on walking.
Okay. Once you get to the top of the temple, you will see in front of you a large stone door. Now, the door to the temple has a slot in it that's circular in nature.
Janelle would have loved this.
Janelle will say, "I can't believe I'm standing before the Temple of Hearth. My father searched for this for most of the years I've been alive."
Love this. Was her name?
Sorry.
Who's the one that died in the city?
Allura.
Alora. There you go. She would have loved it.
Mm-hmm. So you're stood in front of a temple door that has a small circular slot inside it.
I suppose I'll take the
It's
key off
magic
and
words, isn't it?
yeah, and place the key in the slot, I suppose.
Okay. As you place the key into the slot, the stone door will sink into the floor and reveals the entrance to the temple. So, just as we go in, a few things. Unless stated otherwise, all the temple chambers, corridors have 15-foot high ceilings. All doors are made of stone and pivot on the center of the door.
Okay.
Okay.
And I feels we should remember these things.
I presume when the door opened, like it disappeared with the key, as it were, so it wouldn't
Yes,
be.
it is now permanently open.
Yeah.
So, when you enter the temple, you are in a rectangular room that measures 25 feet by 15 feet with 15-foot high ceilings. The ancient stone walls are decorated with Aarakocra glyphs. At the centre of the room, two staircases spaced 5 feet apart descend into the darkness below. You all hear a rush of noise as if several people are talking all at once from all directions. A soothing, soft whisper grows clearer, slowly silencing the others as it speaks, the voice almost crystal-like as it reverberates around your mind. "Welcome, heralds. I am Emoxley. We sensed your arrival, and while we cannot turn from our vigil, we grant you this gift to aid your journey through the temple." A second, softer voice enters your mind. "I am Ihi Cattle. The temple will test you, but that is nothing compared to what waits below. Hurry." As the voices recede, you begin to hear voices again. However, this time, you can only hear the sounds of your companions. As you look around, you notice no one is speaking, yet you can hear each other's words. So, in reality, you now have limited telepathy, and as an action, you can send a 6-second long sentence to any of your companions on your turn. And at this point, I would like everybody to roll for initiative.
Joy.
Oh, no.
I would love to.
If I can
Release the
toggle my
initiative
combat
button.
state.
Yeah, stand by, because it's not... Why is it not letting me? Oh, that's because I'm doing it on the wrong screen.
That'll be it.
There you go. Now, Janelle will follow somebody of your choice and act in the best ability she is instructed, with the exception that she's a pacifist and won't fight anybody.
She could be the team healer.
Doesn't have any skills in that regard, I don't think. Let's do like tosses her the paste, and she just starts pasting people in the middle of combat. Okay. David, do we get any feeling or sort of sense from either the two staircases? Like,
Let's see. Everybody make a intelligence check.
Oh, it's intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
That is well in character.
Remember, Cluck, you have advantage on all checks.
Thank God you have advantage.
They're much better.
Didn't really help.
Yeah, intelligence isn't our strong point, to be
Okay.
fair.
So, thankfully, Duvar and Kassar will notice the wall in front of you has odd looking glyphs, and as you touch them, you will feel that they will come away from the wall, and essentially what you can see is this.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Do these fit in with the map we've got?
That.
2 seconds.
Well,
Okay, you should now be able to use and rotate them.
how do we rotate again? Just like her character was.
Mm-hmm.
Those two pieces in the corner, because that's a corner.
Oops. Sorry, I'm just trying to get that one out. There we go.
That doesn't seem right, does it?
There. Oh,
That's what you're saying, isn't it?
ta-da! That must be the quickest puzzle completion we've ever done. Oh,
Quick, somebody put it back.
Nope.
Quick, somebody move it. I'm not moving it now.
there we go. It's a little off, but more or less.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it means.
I assume the little
Ah,
sort of diamond within a diamond pattern is like a floorway, and then you've got the traps or rooms in the different symbols. You got like a black skull type thing in the corner.
we got
And
maps,
there's like
didn't we?
snakes there.
Trying to think. What we're looking for is two, something that would represent two blooming staircases, because that's what we've got in our room.
Is that
So
you
my-
back, Kassar?
Yeah, I'm back now. Just
Okay. So you've entered the temple. The temple door has receded and is now locked open. As you entered, you were spoken to in your mind by creatures that identified themselves as Quattles,
Okay.
and they have given you the ability to talk telepathically as an action to anybody in the group.
okay.
And we've rolled initiative, and from this point on, we will be moving in initiative order. Against the back wall of the entrance, there was several odd-looking glyphs, and as you and Duvar touched them, you felt like they would detach from the wall, and this is what has been rearranged.
My
Okay.
guess would be that we're in this. If you guys can see my hand, my red hand, I would guess that we're in this room at the bottom, because I would guess those are meant to be the two staircases we see. That's the only thing I can sort of.
So
Yeah.
the other thing you will all recall is that in Brother Rain's diary, they were hidden messages written within the margins.
Oh, of course there was.
Yeah, I'm looking at that as well. I'm looking at that. So the map has a room that looks similar to the well, sorry, Milaka's map. It has a room that's similar to the one that we're actually already in. Well, it looks like it has 2 staircases in it, so maybe there's something to do with it as well. Snakes don't bite. Oh, you've got your snakes there on the new map that we've got.
Where? I don't see snakes. Am I being blind?
I thought those snakes, yeah.
They look snaky. Yeah, I missed those. So snakes don't bite. The right-hand staircase. What were the other messages that we had from the other diary?
Look for the odd one. Circles are eyes.
Circles are okay. There's a lot of circles in that.
Skeletons lie.
Okay.
There was something about a wolf, if I remember right.
Which would be the wolves in the top left
Third
corner.
wolf is lost.
Yeah, well, that looks like there's a missing wolf in that section anyway, potentially.
Don't open the cold door.
Okay.
Assemble a map, which kind of what we've done.
Yeah.
Count the circles.
Okay.
And feed the stone a coin, which kind of we've already done. The key is a map, and don't fall.
Or did you feed a coin?
The door.
Medallion to the door.
Okay.
It looks like, from my reading, there's 24 circles in that line of circles in the middle of the map. But someone double check it. But that could not be the circles. It could also be the random black circles that we see throughout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Count the circles, and the circles are eyes. They're the 2.
So this, yeah, it's hard to know. But I think if the snakes are safe, or whatever the thing was, that would suggest going down the right-hand staircase based on this map.
You've seen 24 circles. I see 7, which are the little black circles.
Yeah, there's 24 of the white the open circles that run about a third of the way through the map.
There.
Here, and then obviously there's the black circles that are here, etc.
Do you like the background for the puzzle map as well? I don't know if anybody's noticed that.
Oh, the Pie Friends. No, we were so intent on putting the pieces together, I completely missed it. Very nice. Very nice.
I'm trying to piece together what I've missed.
Okay, basically we put together this map, and then we're going through the list of that we got from the volcano place, or whatever it was.
So this is the room you're in, Kazar.
This is the room we're in.
Entrance is to the south, which is now open.
Okay.
Those glyphs are on the northern wall. There are 2 staircases that descend into darkness. And you are all in initiative, and you can speak by telepathy with each other.
I'm going to make the effort to only really speak in telepathy until I think better of it.
Eva's really impressed with this newfound power, and he's like saying hello, hello,
over, over. Roger. Yeah, Ulfa's going to suggest we go down the right-hand path.
I will
Why the right hand?
agree with his better judgment.
Just because we trust that we will think this is the snakes are okay, and that's the only thing that I can determine on the map that we can see.
Okay, then Kasai, you are the first to act. You go down the stairs.
The torch is detachable before we go down. And just grab
The-
myself a torch. If not, I'll light one as I go down.
They won't be, but you can light one.
Okay.
So you now have 40 and 20.
Mhm.
Okay, so Kasai, you enter a rectangular room that is approximately 15 feet by 30 feet. Directly in front of you, a short flight of steps climb up to a stone platform which leads across a open archway. To your left, clear water pours out of the open mouths of two carved faces into a basin. The glyphs on the wall next to the basin depicts the temple priests on their knees before a huge two-headed creature of some sort, each priest offering a gold coin before the creature. Finally, to your right, set into the floor, are two stone slabs, each 2 inches above the floor and 5 feet across. Each square has a different symbol on it. You still have 20 feet of movement.
We all didn't go in this room, do we?
Well, it's still Kasar's turn technically, so
Oh, okay.
you can follow along on the stream in the meantime.
Yep.
With my 20 feet, I'm going to come down here and inspect these.
Mhm.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm going to inspect this symbol on the floor.
It appears to be a raised stone platform with what looks like the symbol of a temple on it.
Like the symbol on the map, which I thought were the staircases. So we're doing well.
Do you want to do anything else on your turn?
Thinking about whether I should do something. It's how tall is this stone thing? Like how far off the ground does it come up to my waist or my?
2 inches.
Oh, it's 2 inches. Oh, it's tiny. So it's almost like a
Like
pad,
a
like a button. I'm gonna wait. I'll wait this turn until everyone's down.
Okay. Why can't...
It does feel like a time trial, by the way, guys.
Sorry, I have to manually input your initiative onto each map. Okay, Duvar, it is your turn. Do you say anything as you so you can use your action to communicate to any of the others, or everybody at once, effectively?
But no, I use my action to light the torch.
Okay, Duvar, it is your turn.
It's safe down there. I cautiously go down, I suppose.
Okay, so that's 10 feet of movement to get you downstairs.
Mhm.
And you appear in the same room as Kasar.
I'm so happy. I was so worried that he was just going to appear on a different map altogether, and that was what this is going to be about.
So can we have the original map up? I didn't take a clip of it, so
Yes, you may have a...
you can just grab a snip of that.
Yeah, so like Janelle will commit it to memory for you, and Jorvig, if you want to show him it,
Yeah, I will.
yeah, so he can recreate it for any time for you could tell. And because it's in
Yes.
Janelle's memory, you can also ask her to describe it to you.
Okay.
So we are almost there. Oh, the room. I'm thinking.
Yes.
That makes
See the two symbols.
yeah, it makes more.
So the stars are possibly stairs.
I thought that the symbols that are exactly the same on the map of the little ziggurats that are at the bottom of the room you're in are probably denote that is the room you're in on the map. now.
Yes. No, so where I'm standing in the room, there's a kind of a circly star thing or square with points on it, or whatever you want to call it.
That could be
So
staircase.
there could be staircases.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, I guess I'll move 5 feet to the north,
Okay.
and I'll wait there.
Okay. Do you do anything else in your turn, Duvar?
I message to the others that it is safe down here,
Okay.
and come down.
Okay. Has anybody given specific instructions to Janelle?
Not yet. Other than we've said that we're going down the
Okay.
the right hand path.
Yeah. So
My only instruction would be to not venture too far from the group.
yeah. No, that's fine. So she is.
Okay.
For all intents and purposes, I'm just going to put her as a player NPC because it's easier for now. So she will come down into this room and she will wait there, and she rolled a 6. Okay. That means it's your turn, Critel.
Well, I will follow suit and go down.
Okay. Moving down the stairs.
Third wolf is off.
Sorry, I've been ignoring the chat the entire time while I'm doing this because there is an awful lot of moving parts going on. Critel, you come down the stairs there.
Oh, we got raided. That's fantastic. Hello, everybody.
All right, I'm gonna go take a look at the like 2 heads with the water coming out.
Okay. So, in front of you, it is a large stone basin that has clear water pouring from 2 open mouths. Behind it, there's glyphs on the wall that depict the temple's priests on their knees before a huge 2-headed creature of some sort, each priest offering a gold coin before the creature.
Okay, I will put a gold coin in either of their mouths.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. Well, that'll be the end of my turn for now.
Okay. Back upstairs, it is your turn, Clock.
For the people that have joined in a minute, just so they know what's going on.
Yeah, I will assume that the path is safe. I'll follow on with along with the others into the other room.
Okay. Yeah, so just for anybody in the chat, so the group have travelled for several months to get to a temple where a aberration of some sort is attempting to break into this world, and they have just met their mortal enemies on the stairs, who were quite friendly and let them in, saying that they were all wanted the same goal, which was to destroy this creature, and now they have to put together everything they've used in that time to try and figure out what has gone on. Specifically, the add-on for the lighting is called Dancing Lights, but that is what's going to become, from what I understand, part of the normal Foundry toolkit. And I think that's everything.
Yep, we've got a couple of maps that we go to help us with as well, that we're trying to work out. So we've got a pictorial map that shows symbols like you see in the bottom 2 corners.
And that'll be it for my turn.
You can stay on the stairs, are you?
Okay, then Ulfar, you are the last person still upstairs.
Yeah, I will follow suit and down the stairs.
Now it is you who
I
are
was like,
transported to another room.
everybody, let's go down the stairs. And then everyone just fucked off without me.
Yeah.
Just doing what you said.
Yeah, I know. It's just, my initiative was not fun. Okay.
So the room is as described. I'm not going to describe it for a fourth time.
That's fine. Okay. Any discoveries? Anybody?
There's a room here. And a plinth.
Some plinths and some faces. Oh, very good. Okay. David, could I have the map up again quickly? Just literally for a brief
Screenshot.
second. I will this time.
There's your damn use of a sniffing tool.
So this is what the glyphs upstairs you arranged.
Yeah.
So this is what Janelle will record to you, or what Jorvig if you ask him to show it to you. So for the people in the stream, Jorvig essentially is a steampunky pit boy that they got from a ruined gnome city. Essentially, at some point this world devolved from a technological state to what it is now, mainly because of the humans.
Bad humans.
Hey, leave the humans alone.
It's always about
Humans are great.
By great,
okay.
they mean like the aliens from Independence Day.
The cause of and solution to all of this world's problems.
Yeah. David, that's okay. You can drop the map for me
Okay.
now. Happy. Okay, so I make that bridge that we see. I think looks like it's going to have snakes on it. That's what I make as a and a sort of understanding of this map. I've got no idea where we're supposed to get to in this map.
Well, if no one's going to, I'm going to go across the thing.
It's still Ulfa's turn at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
We're staying in initiative order because otherwise it's going to get really confusing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
As the only interesting thing in this, I'm going to have a look at these like slightly raised pedestals.
Mhm.
Does it look like, without touching it, like is there scores down the side? Does it look like something that could be pressed, like if someone were to stand on it, like it moves?
It does look like it would be moved or pressed if somebody was to stand on it.
Okay. I will telepathically relay that information to everybody else, and that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. Okay. Once you've all entered the room, the basin that water is flowing into will start to move, and a two-headed stone golem will stand erect out of it. The water, so the basin, which is now the golem's chest and shoulders, will spill forth the water, and a water elemental will form.
Can they fit?
Oh, they'll fit.
Nah, he's in the pit.
I'm just gonna move our friend Duvar and Critel out of the way, so you're gonna get pushed, essentially.
Good, I'm glad I moved to the other side of the room.
And I will now roll them into initiative.
Low numbers.
Why would you do that?
Facetious, god damn it.
Okay.
Show me potato salad.
Well, the water elemental's done well for itself.
Up for another bashing, Critel.
I will sigh.
Okay, so the water elemental will it will slam you twice, Critel. Rolling a 22 to hit.
I'm gonna shield.
Okay. And then rolling a 9. And then it brings us round to Kassar.
Oh, describe the elementals to me again, specifically the stone one.
Okay, so essentially the stone basin that was in the
Yeah.
corner of the room with two heads that were spewing forth clear water into the basin has animated and rose up to its into a large two-headed stone golem. The water has animated into a like a coalescent water elemental.
Right.
And they both seem to be intent on attacking you.
Behind that basin was the picture.
Was a glyph on the wall depicting the temple's priests on their knees before
I'm going
huge
to-
two-headed creature.
I'm going to step onto this glyph, turn to face the golem,
Mhm.
get down on one knee and pull out a coin, gold coin.
Okay.
You tried everything there, aren't you?
So as you step onto the platform or onto the switch, it will descend into the floor by a couple of inches, and
Yep.
there will be a audible click.
Do everything at once, man. Like
Anything
something's
else
gonna
on your
stick.
turn, Kassar?
I will telepathically tell everyone else in the group to follow the mural. Follow the mural. As it's a two-headed beast, just like in the mural. Feed it a gold coin or something, or proffer up a gold coin.
Anything else on your turn, Kassar?
That will end my turn. I don't. No.
Duvar.
I will do exactly what Kratel's doing. I'll move down to Kazar's doing. Sorry.
Yep.
And I'll move.
That
there,
switch
if
will
possible.
sync. There will be a click.
I will kneel and offer up a coin, as he says.
Okay. Anything else for you?
No.
Okay. The golem attacks you, Kratel.
No surprises there.
Rolling a 29 to hit.
Jesus Christ.
Follows it up with a 15, so that'll be 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, pretty rough.
The TPK.
I bet David internally is like, shield that, you bastard.
Janelle, having seen this, will copy Duvar and Kassar. Kratel.
Oh, this is gonna suck, but I will copy as well.
Clock.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Ulfar.
Um, right, I'm gonna do an intelligence check.
You're not intelligent, we know it.
No, like
It never ever rolls high.
no,
Intelligence and religion.
yeah, and the thing is, like what you're doing could be interpreted as cowardice, which is
Although he already told you in your head to do what the mural said.
yeah, okay, yeah, and I trust Kassar, so okay, at least this turn I'll do as I'm told.
Okay. As you all kneel and offer gold coins to the golem, it will stop attacking you. It will take your coins and devour them with their left head, and its right head will reabsorb the water elemental, and it will then return to the wall.
Bastard. Took my coin.
Yeah. 1 gold quid. Oh, Fowler breathed a massive sigh of relief because he had no faith in that whatsoever.
Because I will look sad that one of his gold coins has been taken from
Yeah,
him.
so if you could all remove a gold coin.
Yeah.
This is how David's going to get us poor. Everything is
One
gonna...
gold coin at a time.
I was so tempted to have Janelle be Chris Rock in The Fifth Element and go, I have no gold! I have no gold!
No fire, no matches, no nothing.
But then I was like, she'll probably get killed.
Super green.
Okay,
Okay.
it is Kassar's turn.
I'm gonna get up to the edge of this thing, and I'm gonna just put one foot on it to test it out.
Okay, so as you climb the steps, you see a narrow platform that has a symbol depicting an eye, a foot, and an arrow. In a pair of alcoves to your left and right, you can see 2 carved stone serpent heads, each with their mouths open towards each other. Looking down, you only see darkness.
What was the snake thing from the diary?
Snakes don't bite.
Snakes don't bite. Eye, foot. Okay.
Which way you walking, Mr. Arrow Man? That's me!
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a message just for you.
Yeah, so it is a eye, a foot, and a arrow. So all that was missing was a hand, really.
Walk
Yeah,
this way.
well, ha 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 ha.
It's technically,
Well, actually,
it's walk
there's
this way.
toes on that foot. If I zoom in.
Kassar tries to steal the stone toes from the pig.
It only
Got
has
some
4
stone
toes, though.
Yeah, it does only have
Oh, yeah,
4
that's true.
toes. I was counting them.
Being the daring man he is, I'm gonna dart across, and I'll use my bonus action to dash to try and make myself faster.
Okay.
So like, run across essentially
Okay.
to there.
Okay. As you cross the bridge, nothing happens. As you look to your south and to your north, you see 2 stone doors. Each of the doors has a symbol depicted on it, and to see this, you will have to turn on the journal notes, which is the 4th icon down, the one that looks like a banner, and then click the pin, and you should see 2 symbols in front of the door, and they will show you what symbol is on each door. So to the one to your south
Yes.
depicts what looks like potentially a cow.
Almost like a bull's head.
And
Oh no!
The one to the north depicts a hand.
Hand is
I
the symbol of the
I'm
cult, right?
The shadow's hand does have a their symbol is a hand.
I mean, everyone here knows I like bulls.
you know you like balls.
No, of course I don't. That's a very much out of game joke.
Famous bull fondler.
I recognize the hand more, but I don't want to do anything, so I'm going to just move out of the way. Tell everyone it's safe to cross the bridge, and I'll end my turn there.
Okay. Duvar, it is your turn.
You know what? I keep on trying to move my character on stream. It's really strange. I'll move across the bridge, 20 feet movement.
Okay, 30 feet.
Yeah, 30 feet, sorry, yep. And what did you mean by the... sorry, I didn't understand what you meant by getting the symbols up.
On the left-hand side of your screen, you'll have several symbols.
Journal notes.
Yeah, journal notes, and then click the pin icon once you've clicked journal notes. And you should then see a hanging door sign in front of the door. And if you double click on that, it will show you what's depicted on said door. So each door
One's
has
got a
something
hand.
carved into it.
It's very smart.
One's got a hand, and as you said, one's got a ball
This entire area took
thing.
like at least 12 hours of prep.
Wow.
Gee.
Let's see if we can get through it in 5 minutes. And yeah,
But all for us to completely fuck it up.
Yes, yes. With your skill at puzzles, I'm sure it would take you 5 minutes.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
5 sessions later.
Yeah.
There is what looks like a skull on the map for the bottom room.
I was going to say, the skeletons lie, don't they?
Yeah, skeletons lie.
And it looks like a dead end. So if we're following what's on the map, technically we should be looking at going north. But I think I was really curious about what's in the door. A ball. Is that a ball? Definitely a ball on that door. From...
That's what David said, but none of the rest of us but you, because I can see it.
Yeah.
It looks odd. It could be a bull. It could be a tiki mask.
It could be.
The
It could be
Booger
a.
Man from
It could be a
Bandicoot.
sign.
Could be a sign.
I mean, it is a resemblance of the. If you look at the map, it is resemblance of the sign that is on the fourth column near the middle of the map with the what looks like a ball. Okay, well, I will just for now. I'll pass Kazar. We're not going full fit over here, by the way. And stand there, out of the way. Oh, okay. I will mention to everybody what we can see on the actual signs, and I'll remind them of the map that we've got.
Okay. So I'm just going to put Janelle to the bottom of the order. Because she's essentially going to follow the biggest number of you. Critel, it is your turn.
Okay, I will move across.
Okay.
All right. I will put my hand on the bottom door. What does it feel like?
Stone.
I meant, does it feel cold?
It does not.
Okay.
That's a good point.
I will move myself to there, and I'll just end.
Okay. Clock.
Yeah, I'll just follow suit with everyone else and
Okay.
wander across.
Do you do anything when you're across there?
Again, I'll just look at the symbols on the doors.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ulfar.
I will turn to Janelle and thought speak. Janelle, it seems safe enough. You go ahead. On the off chance that those things rise up again, you should not be left here on your own. And I will hold my action to go across the bridge until Janelle's safely over.
Okay, Janelle will cross the bridge, but that will not leave room for you in this corridor.
Okay, so then I will just get onto the bridge, I suppose.
Okay.
And I'll peek my head around the corner and mind think to people like, "Bit tight in there, is it?"
Kazar, it is your turn.
Can I even move? Is a good question.
Only if you would continue through people's spaces, but yes.
We can share a square, mate. I don't mind sharing a square with you.
You physically cannot.
Oh no.
We've
Well,
got 2 doors.
£350 turtle. I'm not surprised.
There's nothing in the information that we have about a cow or
It doesn't seem to be, no.
bull or. I'm trying to think what else that could possibly be
It's a bit like
a
a
thing
jack,
of.
gate thing. That's the only other thing it looks like to me.
Where does it show up?
You're stood on it.
Yeah, you're stood on it at the moment.
So you have to press the journal button, which looks like a little banner or a little bookmark.
And then you
Yep.
can click it underneath you.
And then if you click on the toggle notes, which looks like a pen, that will turn them on permanently.
So that the hand is
Standing on
a
top of it.
sign of the cult who knew about this place. Saying
Be a sign, but it's no. It's got no hand, arm. It's not got no eye in it, has it? That's what I'm trying to think of.
and I'm going to go up to that door and try it
Okay. So
and see if it is open.
the door does not budge. So you can see that the doors will pivot on their centre, but the door will not open.
Right, okay, so if I pivot it, can I turn it sideways on or is it stuck?
It does not move.
So we could. Maybe we do have to talk to the skeleton. And maybe he has to tell us something.
Maybe that's what the buttons are in the other room.
Either way,
Yeah.
I'll just have to turn around and say this door does not budge. Try the other one.
David, when we got on the panels,
Mhm.
when we got off them again, did they come back up?
They did.
Well. Okay.
Duvar, it is your turn.
Okay. I'll do as Kazar's asked, and I'll wander down to the other one and push everybody out of the way,
Mhm.
politely, and try the door.
The door does not budge.
Nope, this one is locked as well. I'll assume that what we're going to do is probably that the pressure plates in the other room is probably something that we're going to need to open the door. So I'm going to start walking back. Will I? No, I'll just say to everybody that the door's shut and and this one won't budge as well.
Okay. Critel.
So 15 feet high ceilings, yeah?
Yeah, 15 by
Yes.
15.
Yeah, and how tall are the doors?
15 feet.
Okay. In that case, I will fly above everybody and go up to the top door and try and press in like one of the sides, because I remember you saying it spins in the middle.
Like it has a vertical pole in the middle, and they would spin like the false part of a secret fireplace, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can't see it very well, but if say Kassar wasn't there, you would see like a pattern on the floor which shows how the door would rotate.
Yeah, so they basically pivots in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a bit like a door into a supermarket.
Like a revolving door.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh
meant.
no! Traps.
Yeah, you could tell you can fly up to the top of the door and attempt to push it, but it does not budge.
Okay.
Not a lot, but
Trying to think what else we could actually do. I'll point out and say about the bridge and say it could be something to do with that, but we haven't figured out what that means yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll end it there.
Okay, clock.
Not really a lot of room to move in here.
Mm-hmm. If it was the old clock, he'd be bashing down that door right now.
but he's becoming something new. He has makeup now.
He does have makeup. Advantage on puzzle solving is not one thing.
Nope. So what do we decide with these two doors?
They have decided they both are stuck.
Yeah, and I did shout out there's probably something to do with the two pressure plates on the other side.
Something needs to stand on one or something.
Two.
Or two. I think the elemental's still in that other room. I assume they probably
No,
are.
they left.
They
They've left.
reverted back to their inanimate forms.
Mm-mm. Okay, I will then go for and stand on one of the plates,
Okay, it will sink into the floor with a click.
and then I'll send a message with my other. I'll send a message saying try the doors or one of the doors. So more swiftly asking Ulfar.
Okay, Ulfar, it is your turn.
So they are going to stand on the other one.
Okay, it will sink into the floor with a click.
I go. I'm standing on the thing like Clark. Try the thing in that room, which I haven't seen. Whatever you're doing.
Okay, Janelle will try both doors on her turn and will say back to you that the doors are still stuck. I don't think this is the way.
No, I think you're right, Janelle. But if you've got to include what the right way is.
Kassar.
Yes. Yeah.
It is your
So
turn.
neither of the doors will budge. So, uh, 25, 30. So I'm gonna dash
Mhm.
to get there. Got 15 feet left, and there's nothing else around here, is there?
Not that you can see, no.
I've got an awful feeling we may have to split up.
The DM silently nods.
So some of us back up and down the other way.
Half of us have to go the other way, and half of us may have to stay here. If none of the signs correlate with each other, maybe we have to go check out the other side to see if any do.
That kind of makes sense with the map.
I would say it is smart for us to all go and check out the other side if we have no further movement this side. If it ultimately turns that we have to split up, then we can do that. But otherwise, I would be loath to be stuck in this place apart from the rest of you.
And with that, because I'll use his last 15 feet of movement to go up the stairs.
And down the other stair?
Then he would get that far, would he?
Yeah, he would. It's 5 up, 5
Would
across,
I?
5 down.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure I want to.
So, ahead of you, Kassar, you can see a rectangle chamber that is 10 feet wide and extends 20 feet long. 4 intricately carved, equally spaced columns support the stone ceiling above you. On the walls are cliffs of the temple's ancients. They are holding their hands over their eyes. There appears to be 2 stone doors out of the rooms.
Okay, can I use dash again as my action as well, or is
Sure.
that
You'd only get another 25.
Yeah.
So the stone door to the north has a symbol carved into it. The stone door to the south is pivoted to the side.
David,
That one looks like a man with drums or maracas or something.
Sorry, Duval, what was that?
move the stream.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Oh, the one to the south is the temple.
Well, you probably could open that door now.
It is already open.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, that doesn't look good at all.
That doesn't look inviting at all. I saw that as well.
I'm gonna step there, and then I'm gonna just peek around the corner.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I haven't got the movement to step out anyway. But
Yeah. So this 5-foot wide corridor makes an immediate turn to the south and ends there. In the centre of the floor in the southern alcove is a small golden idol carved to look like a warrior of Hearth.
okay, all right. I have an idea of what I'm gonna do with it, but I can't do it until my next turn.
Duval, it is your turn.
David, looking at the time, do you
Mm-hmm.
want to call it there for the night?
I'm going to go through one more round and we'll end when we get to Kassar.
No worries.
But thank you.
No worries.
Duval would. We don't know that he's got found a. Did you send a message back that there was a?
He couldn't send a message because he'd taken his action at this point, so.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's not going to be good for you when that door shuts.
He's not gone through a door, has he? I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he has.
I'm through a door.
And nobody knows.
And nobody knows that it's the door that's got the temple on it. Duva will probably If he says that we're going to split up, he'll probably wait here. He'll take this side.
I don't think that the intention was to split up. The intention was for everyone to go the other side. And then, if necessary, split up later. At least that's what Ulfar said.
If NSI says split up,
You did. But then, yeah. And then I said, like, let's
Don't
not
split
do
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Duvar is conflicted.
Yeah, well, Diva's conflicted. Diva's going to ignore Alpha because he thinks Kazar's right. Annoyingly. And he's going to stay here. I think he's going to say, okay. He's going to suggest that a couple of people go with Kazar.
Okay, Quittel, it is your turn.
In that case, I will go after Kazar to make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
Okay.
shared it.
So that's what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And I will send a message to everyone saying I'm going after Kazar to make sure he's all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Clock.
Obviously, I'll stay in the room with Ulfar on the plates.
Okay.
And shrugging at each other.
Ulfar.
I'm going up the staircase and leaving, like I said, I told everyone to do.
Okay. Kassab, the door slams behind you.
Yeah.
Do I hear anything as I step off the plate in that regard?
No, you only hear the plate move.
Okay.
So 5, 10,
yeah.
15, 20, 25. You get to there with your 30, which is one in front of Quittel.
Okay. Then, did Quittel see the door close, or is that past where we are?
That is inside the room to your south. So
Yeah. So I came to look for Kasar, so I'll dash. Use
Okay.
back.
So inside the room, you see, not that one, that one. Sorry, I've got loads of notes all over the screen. So a rectangular chamber that is 10 feet wide and extends 25 feet. 4 intricately carved, equally spaced columns support the stone ceilings. On the walls are glyphs of temple ancients. They are holding their hands over their eyes. There appears to be 2 stone doors out of the room. Both doors have symbols carved on them. The north door has a symbol of a man. The east door is a symbol of a temple, the one that you would recognise from the button's finger. Upon closer inspection, you will notice that the columns have circles carved into them, almost like buttons from north to south. They are 3, 5, 7, and 5 buttons on each column. Sorry.
3, 5, 7, 5.
Yep. So the top one has 3, then there's
Yep.
5, then there's 7, then there's 5.
Yeah. Okay.
There is no sign of Kassar in the room.
Then I will say Kasar seems to have gone through a door, and I will try the. Oh, I don't have an action to do that. So yeah, I would just end my turn standing by the northernmost door.
Okay. Janelle, probably at this point, she's going to stick with the bigger group because she's not been told to do anything else. And she will make it into the room on her action.
Cool.
And we'll end there for the night.
And no one tells the other team about the symbols on the whatchamacallits.
No,
Islands.
we've got other. But Kasar's missing. Like that's more vital information.
Yes, Kassar is missing.
As well as missing.
So we'll end it there, and we will be back next week, where we will flail our way through more temple puzzles.
This is going to be hard work. Please join us. And
It is going to be terribly hard work, and you all deserve it.
I'm not sure about that.
well, because you're stuck in a room at the moment, and
To be fair, Mike, this is payback for the one-shot game and trapping people in rooms.
You haven't finished that yet, so yeah. We'll see.
Is there anything anybody would like to say to anybody who's still watching before we end up?
Thanks to the 2 new followers.
Yeah, thanks for the follows. Thanks for the raid. That was fun.
Yeah, thanks for the raid. That's GM Jankin. Much appreciated.
Indeed.
Yeah, I hope everyone appreciated the content and as good or bad as we are.
Yeah. So I have had an idea that I will at some point, when I can get around to it, set up a Discord for all this. So, like, if there's any questions about the world, the lore, anything that's coming for it, I've also got, I'd like to say extensive session notes. They're like recap notes, but they go back all the way to session 1, and we're on session 53. So if anybody's interested in any of that, just let us know, and we can look at getting that set up. Otherwise, it'll just be all 6 of us in a channel, and we can do that anywhere. And I think that's it, really.
Yep.
Yeah, good night all, and see you next Monday. 7:30 p.m. sharp. We're always ready on time.
Nice.
7:30-ish.
Yeah,
But, you know,
sometimes pushing 8.
You can catch up if you're not available at that time.
Yeah. There's a catch up of this channel in the history, or you can actually post them on YouTube as well, so you can actually look at that. Though we don't start doing that until midway through, do we? We didn't do it at session 1.
No, we
No.
only started from, I want to say, session 14. And that was when we were using Roll20. And Roll20 is a piece of garbage for trying to stream. Stream without giving away a DM view.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I'm rambling, so I am gonna call it there. Thanks everyone.
Good night.
See you later.
Good night, all.